Everyone, welcome. The time is 7 o'clock, and I would like to call this District 204 regular action meeting to order. Marilyn, will you please call roll?
Member Lawrence.
Present.
Member Vita Daniels.
Present.
Member Gazelka Campbell.
Present.
Member Dillon.
Here.
Member United Drive.
Present.
Member Kennedy.
Present.
Member Lopez.
Present.
Thank you. I ask that we all rise and participate in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we begin our formal meeting tonight, let's take a moment to acknowledge the loss of sophomore Emily Romo last week. We are heartbroken for everyone who knew and loved Emily. I don't have words for what they are going through, but let's please take a moment of silence to hold them in our hearts. Thank you.
Thank you, President Alvarez. One of the things that makes LT so special is how we care for each other in times of need. As we begin the 25-26 school year, we definitely do so with a heavy heart, and we will continue to keep Emily's family and friends in our thoughts. I also want to take a moment just to thank our staff for the grace that they are showing in support of our students right now during this difficult time.
Thank you. Our next item is approval order of business. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. At this time, I'll open the public hearing regarding the LADSI FY26 budget. Do we have anyone that wishes to comment during the public hearing at this time? All right. Seeing as there are no comments, can we please have a motion and a second to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Our next item is public participation. Marilyn, do we have anyone signed up? All right. As a reminder, there are two opportunities for public participation. The first opportunity is for individuals who signed up prior to the meeting. For those who wish to speak during our second opportunity at the end of the meeting, please see Marilyn Muscolino just outside the room. The board appreciates hearing from our community, but does not engage in dialogue or discussion. If there is a comment that requires follow-up, the appropriate administrator will respond at a later time. In accordance with Board Policies 2:230 and 8:30, we appreciate you limiting your comments to 3 minutes and for keeping tonight's meeting respectful and civil. Marilyn, will you please call our first speaker?
Hello, everyone.
Good evening.
Today we welcomed the LT students back for the 25-26 school year. The first day always brings a mix of excitement and nerves. It's exciting to meet new students and start fresh. Teachers have been busy preparing classrooms, planning lessons to both challenge and engage. At the same time, students are navigating new schedules, meeting new teachers, and building new friendships. Each school year represents a new beginning, and we look forward to all the amazing accomplishments LT students will achieve this year. The new construction is nearing completion and it looks fantastic, though it has brought some unique challenges along the way. While the process has been disruptive, these updates are necessary. The LTA is grateful for the board's vision and understanding of the importance of modernizing our facilities. I also want to thank everyone for their patience as both buildings are ready to welcome students back. A special shout out goes to Brad Drake and the Buildings and Grounds crew. Their tireless efforts, especially in the summer heat, have been remarkable. In addition, Ed Tennant and the IT department have worked with impressive efficiency to ensure that technology is fully up and running. Both groups were asked to do the impossible, and they delivered flawlessly on behalf of all the teachers. Thank you. The LTA would like to congratulate the paras in the district on the contract agreement. The paras are an integral part of a classroom, and the teachers are happy to hear the negotiation has been finalized. Finally, the teachers extend their thoughts and prayers to the family and friends of Emily Romo. I'd like to end tonight just to wish everyone a happy 25-26 school year. Many exciting things are ahead, and it promises to be a great year. Thank you.
Lisa Hammond.
Good evening, board members and administrators. My name is Lisa Hammond, and I am co-president of the Paraeducators Union at LT. As you're aware, the paraeducators have been negotiating a new contract since March of this year, and I am happy to announce that we were able to come to an agreement and ratify the contract just before the start of our new school year, which was very relieving. There were a number of areas that we were able to come to agreement, most importantly, an increase in salary. We are hopeful that the increased salary, as well as the other areas of importance, will draw highly qualified, dedicated paras to LT. The feedback we have received from our members has been overwhelmingly positive, and I feel that we can all take pride in the strides we have taken to improve the quality of life that our paras, quality of life for our paras through this contract. I'd like to thank those that served on the negotiation team on both sides. Dr. Waterman, Dr. Owens, Ed Piotrowski, Brian Stachez, board members Tim Alvarez and Jovita Daniels. The paraeducators on the negotiation team include Martha Sinise, Lori Murphy, Kelly Woods, Sharon Wehrma, Yvonne Glodes, and myself, as well as our fantastic UNISERV director, Laura Urso. I'm going to leave you by reading an email that we received from just one of our members, and I believe that this is a great representation of the positive impact this contract will have. He said, "I want to thank you and the bargaining team for all of your hard work in getting this deal done. I think we will certainly see an increase in participation in the union. We will also see an increase in hiring with paras." He said, "This contract will certainly change some of our lives, and I want you guys to celebrate yourselves because you have earned it." So I hope that these words ring true with all of our members, which I really do think it does, and I really do thank you for your time and your consideration.
Thank you very much. Our next is our student representative report. I'm very anxious and excited to welcome Ria and Rohan for your first board meeting. We're very excited to have you here this evening. Welcome.
Thank you.
The floor is yours.
Hey everyone, I hope you all enjoyed your summer. Many of the students enjoyed the many weeks of good weather and relaxation, but are ready to begin the 2025 school year. While student traffic was at a low during break, there has been lots happening behind the scenes to prepare LTHS for its upcoming school year. Firstly, the most apparent project in motion was the significant amount of construction happening at both the North Campus and South Campus. Students at the South Campus are excited about the new cafeteria, but also hope that it won't be much longer that they are eating in a temporary cafeteria. At North Campus, book pickup this summer proved challenging, as students were not able to truly see the campus and check out their classrooms and lockers because of the ongoing construction project. Again, students are excited about seeing these projects come to completion. Secondly, rising seniors continue to think about their plans post-high school. Many students consider pursuing a college degree, and some have found great help in LT's college application workshops.
On Friday, the class of 2029 entered South Campus to kick off their school year with Freshman Experience Day. Freshmen had the opportunity to get a glimpse into their upcoming school year and briefly attended classes and connected with their new peers. Activities and athletics also begin to ramp up following the first week of school. Many fall sports hosted tryouts last week and even began competitive events over the weekend, such as the girls' golf team. For some sports, competitions have occurred throughout the entire summer, with continuous football training, POMS competitions, and cheer camps. As clubs seek to begin shortly, the co-curricular night is scheduled for August 20th. This night will be crucial for many freshmen, but also helpful for other grade levels. Clubs and athletics have been ramping up in preparation to recruit their peers. While it is always difficult for students to transition from summer break to school, many students are eager about all of the upcoming events, such as football games and the homecoming dance in September.
Very good. Thank you very much. And I can attest to the construction. I was here last week and it was very messy, and somehow miraculously this place looks beautiful. So
Yes.
big shout out to all of our B&G and administrative staff. It looks beautiful. All right, next superintendent report, Dr. Waterman.
All right, thank you. And again, I want to welcome Ria and Rohan as well. I gave them a sneak peek of the new cafeteria last week, and so they got to see it a little bit
Insider
before
for
the other
information.
students. So
Yeah.
again, welcome. So I want to just start off by just with a brief reminder that in your packet you'll find a memo that provides the monthly FOIA report since our last meeting in June. So that's included in your packet. And then, as has been said already, today was our first official day of the 25-26 school year. We had 3,670 students as our day one attendance. This includes 897 freshmen, 884 sophomores, 886 juniors, 954 seniors, and 49 students participating in our transition program as well. Of course, it takes a tremendous amount of effort on the parts of our staff to start any school year. This year was no different. From our classified non-contractual support staff, our buildings and grounds, our paraeducators, and our certified staff, everyone has a really integral role in making sure that we were ready for today. This year, as has been said, proved to be a bit more challenging than usual because of two significant construction projects happening on our campuses, and I want to specifically express gratitude to our buildings and grounds staff and our technology department. They really have been working tirelessly all summer, but especially these last 7 to 10 days to make sure every classroom was ready for the return of students today. So thank you to everyone who's had a part in getting the school year off to a good start. I also want to just remind everyone, this is year 2 that we're excited to continue to be a partner of the GPS. This was formerly known as the Glenbard Parent Series, but GPS offers parent guardians a variety of guest speakers throughout the year. This year they have 48 events so far planned throughout the year, and they're adding events throughout the year as well. They do guest speakers on topics from parenting skills, addressing anxiety in adolescents, responding to and addressing substance abuse concerns, college and post-secondary planning, really just the whole gamut of parenting type topics. Some of these are in person, but all of them are virtual. So this is something our whole community can participate in, and we'll certainly be sharing these with our community throughout the year. The other upcoming event I want to highlight is a week from Thursday, August 28th. LT will host the 5th annual Sankofa Community Connection event. This begins at 7 a.m., not 7 p.m., but 7 a.m. in our South Campus Library. Sankofa is an African word that translates to go back to the past to bring forth what is useful. So as a result of that, the goal of this event is to bring our stakeholders together to introduce members of our LT team, to share resources, programming, and activities, also to invite families to be a part of the many events that we host and to get involved in our events, and really just to listen to our families and our community about how we can gather together to make LT a more inclusive space. So again, that's a week from Thursday morning at 7 a.m. that we will host that. And then also next week, on behalf of the board, I'll just remind everyone that LT invites the community to attend an informal community chat with 2 board members on Tuesday, August 26th. That's at 6 p.m. in the North Campus Library. This is an informal opportunity to ask questions and discuss LT-related topics. We do provide some light refreshments, and we are also offering a 25-26 complimentary season pass to any community members who attend. So if that doesn't get you out to attend, I don't know what does. So lots of things coming up, but other than that, we are looking forward to making this an outstanding 25-26 school year.
Very excited.
That concludes my report.
Very good. Great stuff. All right. Well, we are going to move on then to our consideration of approval for emergency authorization repair at the South Campus condensate tank budget. Brian Stashak, how are you?
Thank you, President Elborz. And as you recall, we discussed this extensively at the last meeting and the reason for the ask. And again, we have a $50,000 threshold at which we can make any repairs to buildings as long as we don't expand the footprint of the building, the square footage. And obviously, right now, we have a potential of about $80,000 of repair here. So in the interest of time and making sure that we have this repair completed before we get into the full-on heating season, which, as you wouldn't believe by being outside today or any day recently, will be here soon enough. And so we're looking to have the board approve that emergency authorization. One side note to this, we have received one additional quote so far for this. Brad Drake, our building and grounds director, is still trying to obtain some more. The one that we received is actually more than this. I think it was about $96,000, if I remember correctly. So this is where we are right now. We will continue to try to get at least one or two more quotes to see where we're at. But Again, we're still asking for that emergency authorization at this time.
And time is of the essence.
It is.
All right. Any,
Oh, go ahead, John.
I just had a question. Maybe I didn't ask this, but I apologize in advance. But I thought you were gonna look at what this brought, the percentage that it brought our fund balance down to? Because, like, I'm always paranoid about that.
This one here won't really have.
Impact it? Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And so there was already money, if you recall from our budget discussion last meeting as well, I already have some money set aside
Okay.
in the building budgets for something like this to occur. So as we talked about from the building perspective and from the budget perspective, it's already in the budget at this point.
Thank you for
Sure.
checking on that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Brian, one quick question. The difference between the 96 and the 78, 960, were they apples to apples comparisons? Just came in higher, or were they looking to do a lot different?
No, they actually had a second part of the quote that put us about $196,000, which was for all sorts of additional plumbing and valves and all these kinds of things. And we said, no, that's not what we're looking for here. We're just looking for the replacement of the tank and any appropriate plumbing that would, go along with that.
Yeah,
And that was their $96,000 quote.
Okay, thank you.
other questions, concerns? Okay. Can we have a motion to approve the emergency authorization for the repair of the South Campus condensate tank as presented?
Second?
Marilyn, will you please call roll?
Member Dillon?
Yes.
Member Giannotti Frye?
Yes.
Member Kennedy?
Yes.
Member Lopez?
Yes.
Member Vina Daniels?
Yes.
Member Gonzalez Campbell?
Yes.
Member Alvarez?
Yes, motion passes. Thank you for your work on that. Appreciate it. Next is the consideration of approval for the second reading of Press 119 policies and updates. Brian Waterman.
Yeah, the board had a pretty extensive discussion about this 2 weeks ago, went through all the policies. So the policies that are in your packet tonight are reflective of the ones that were discussed on 2 weeks ago, and then obviously reflect the policies that will be updated as a result of, pending the approval tonight. There were 4 in there that had a little more discussion than the other ones based upon Jennifer Rosenberg's legal guidance and then the board's discussion as well. Those are 280, 880, 740, and 8110. And so again, those are all reflective of what you guys discussed 2 weeks ago. So happy to answer any questions.
And just to refresh the conversation a bit, the recommendations from our attorneys were to be more in line with what press is making recommendations for based on the vetting of their attorneys, our attorneys. And so the 280, 880, 740, 8110 are all reflective of the press, going back to press as opposed to some of the
Unique
variations that
language
we
we had,
have
yeah.
done in the past.
Correct.
Okay. Any questions or concerns? I'm using my teacher 10 seconds. I'm gonna make sure I'm waiting and giving people the appropriate amount of time. Okay. That being said, then, can we have a motion to approve the second reading of Press 119 as presented?
So moved?
Second.
Marilyn, will you please call roll?
Member Giannotti Frye?
Yes.
Member Kennedy?
Yes.
Member Lopez?
Yes.
Member Vina Daniels?
Yes.
Member Gonzalez Campbell?
Yes.
Member Dillon? Member
Yes.
Alvarez?
Yes, motion passes. Moving on to new business action items, for our first agenda item is the consideration of approval of the LADSI FY26 budget. Any questions or concerns on that?
I mean, I would just add there, back in June, Ellie and Nick were here to present the tentative budget, also presented an overview of LADSI services. Ellie, thanks again for being here tonight to answer any follow-up questions the board has. Very similar to the process we use to approve our final budget. We're asking the board to do the same thing for LADSI's budget tonight.
Hearing no questions or concerns, can we have a motion to approve the LADSI FY26 budget as presented?
Move.
Second?
Marilyn, will you please call roll?
Member Kennedy?
Yes.
Member Lopez?
Yes.
Member Vina Daniels?
Yes.
Member Gonzalez Campbell?
Yes.
Member Dillon?
Yes.
Member Giannotti Frye?
Yes.
Member Alvarez?
Yes, motion passes. Thank you, everyone. Our next new business agenda item is consideration of approval of the resolution appointing Erica Benitez as LTHS IMRF authorized agent. Brian Stascia.
Thank you, President Elbors. As you know, Kathy Moran, who was a purchasing accounting manager here in the district, retired at the end of June this year. And she was also the IMRF representative for the district. And so with her retirement, we are now going to, Erica Benitez was the person who replaced her in the position. And Erica is also, we're nominating her to replace Kathy as the IMRF representative as well. And so this resolution does that here if approved by the board.
Makes sense.
Does make sense. Any questions or concerns? Topics of discussion? All right.
All good.
We have a motion to approve the resolution authorizing Erica Benitez as the LTHS IMRF authorized agent as presented.
So moved.
Second?
Marilyn, will you please call roll?
Member Lopez.
Yes.
Member Sheila Daniels.
Yes?
Member Delphine Campbell.
Yes.
Member Dillon.
Yes.
Member Gianni Fry. Member Ridley.
Yes.
Member Earl.
Yes, motion passes. Our next new business agenda item is the consideration of approval of a change order with Hat Builders Incorporated. Brian Station.
Thank you, President Elbors. And so, as we've talked about in the past, we do have changes in contract dollar amounts as we go through them. Sometimes those changes are negative, deductive change orders, and sometimes they are positive, which we add dollars to the contract. These generally are for unforeseen conditions that we find as we go through the construction process. And so the change order one that you have before you today with HAP Builders is there's an itemized list there of items in terms of what has occurred and why some of these changes have occurred. And you can see that even within this change order, there are some deductive change orders in there, but there's also more, obviously, of the additional dollar or change orders as well. And so the original contract with HAP was for $30,510,000. At this point, we have an additional amount of $87,247.27. If approved by the board, the new contract becomes $30,597,247.27. That being said, both Ed Wright and John Morawski are here from DLA Architects as well, and we'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have on any of those itemized change orders there. What I can tell you is that we will still have some more coming yet as we go through the construction process. And again, we're tracking both deductive and the positive change orders as well. So this is the first one with this sort of batch of changes, and then we will be looking at some additional ones here coming up also. Be happy to answer any questions that anybody has on these, and so would Ed or John from DLA Architects.
This is the work at South Campus
This is all focused on the work at
The
South
bathrooms
Campus.
there.
That's correct.
primarily. Okay.
Yeah. There was actually some even with for example, if you look at the first one there, the Area D floor prep, that was because the old floor that was there for the cafeteria was not level in areas. So in order to install the new flooring on there, this is something that we had to, again, not known at the time, they had to level off those floors so that we weren't putting in new flooring over an uneven floor. We would end up with cracking of the floor tile, those types of things. And so that's how we get to, that's an example of how we get to one of those right there.
You have masonry winter protection. When is that? Was that previous or is that coming up?
That was for the last year, for the winter of
Right.
24 and then into the, January of 25.
Right. That was not added or included in the price bid at the
Original.
first point? I mean, that's additional? No? So something like that is what should be
Yeah.
taken care of.
That was at the D-wing area when they were stripping masonry to build up the new walls. They had a later start on the project than anticipated due to some of the permitting stuff that we were going through with the village and MWRD. So the later start pushed them a little bit further into that season. And rather than hold it off till spring to start it back up, we had discussions with the administration just to do the bit of winter protection to try and keep us on track. Just, you can't get the time back on the backside, so we opted to push that forward a bit.
Thank you.
That wasn't included in the overall budget?
In the overall contractor budget, because it's not obviously in the contract, because that's why we're bringing it to the board now. In the budgeting process, I will be looking at all of these, plus the total amount that we have for the contract, and then factoring that into budget payments going forward.
Brian, I don't know if you can answer this, but just doing the math on the 87, it's 0.26 or 0.286%. It's not a huge, 87,000 is a big dollar amount, but percentage-wise, it's small. When this was originally agreed on, did the board at that time, did we have like an allowance that we thought, hey, we could probably go 510 over, 510 under? You know, where are we in line with that kind of discussion?
Yeah.
Because a project this size clearly is not going to end on the number that the contract was signed on. Correct.
There was an allowance of 250,000 built into the project.
Okay.
Which is still, we're not at 10%. And so this has gone a little bit above that, but there was something accounted for within the project. I don't know if you budgeted outside of that on top of it, but within the contract amount, there was 250.
I always budget for the full contract amount, and then if we have a deductive change order, well, then it just comes off of that dollar amount.
So it's gonna come off the 200,000, is that what you're saying?
That's in addition to that.
So we already exceeded the 200,000?
Correct.
How much more do we have time-wise? Like, and I know that's hard to answer this question, but what are the anticipations of not going much over, much more?
We're through most of our major exposures at this point.
Yeah, the biggest one that's gonna be left is the floor prep for area G, which is probably gonna be similar to the 34,000, we did it on T&M. But just to clarify, the 250,000 was included in the project, it wasn't above and beyond the project. So the 250 was already part of the overall budget of 30 million of the project.
But again, to clarify, we've already gone over that amount.
Correct.
That was budgeted.
Yes.
Right.
This 87,247 is above that amount. John, we also have that, I don't know where we're at with that, sanitary pipe that's underneath the G-wing, that hallway there, that connection way, I don't know where we're at with that too, so that's another.
Yeah, they camered it, we don't know the extent yet. We
Okay.
gotta look into that.
What I'm referring to there is there's an older sanitary pipe that's underneath currently the section that they're building now, the hallway that connects the new cafeteria to the B-wing. And there's a sanitary pipe down there that is potentially blocked or collapsed, and so we might have to do some work on that as well.
Any other questions, comments, concerns?
It's not great news.
No, it's never great
Yeah,
news.
Not yet. And concerned going forward, yeah, but if, keeping in line with where we are and hoping that we're getting close to wrapping it up. But plumbing is expensive too, so
It
I have
is,
some concerns about that
It
as
is.
well.
yeah.
Is that an area that it's a pipe that we use and that's the concern? Okay,
Yes,
so it's coming.
yeah.
I know with all these changes and add-ons, have you guys thought, I'm doing the board now here, have you guys thought about getting a contractor, like someone, a firm to come in and help us out with all these repairs prior to any of this hidden costs? Someone else would catch some of this stuff before we had to.
Some of it we didn't know anything about, like, for example, like that drain pipe there. We would have eventually
No, I'm talking about,
discovered
like the
that.
other stuff, no, right, the drain
Yeah.
pipe, but like all these additionals that are happening to an existing contract that was already previously bid on. You know what I mean, so
Yeah, we have not looked into having anybody else look at that at all, so.
maybe
Future projects,
person,
we could look at that.
personal boards, we can look into that? Thank you.
Other questions or concerns? Again, not great news. We need to get this done, right? We have to
Yeah.
finish the project, so. Okay. Can we have a motion to approve the change order with Hat Builders Incorporated in the amount of $30,597,247.27, which is an $87,247.27 increase from the original contract as presented?
So moved.
Second?
Marilyn, will you please call roll?
Member Vita Daniels.
Yes.
Member Gonzalez Campbell.
Yes.
Member Dillon.
Yes.
Member Gianna Fry. Member Kennedy.
Yes.
Member Lopez.
No.
Member Alvarez.
Yes. Motion passes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here this evening. We appreciate your time.
Thanks, John.
Our next agenda item is consideration of approval of the board members' participation in the joint annual conference IASB, IASA, IASBO, November 19th through the 23rd, 2025. The joint annual conference is one of the nation's largest state education conferences, and the conference is a premier training event for school board members, administrators, school administrative professionals, and business officials. The annual conference offers multiple opportunities for the professional and personal development and networking with school officials from across the state. Attendees can attend sessions and learn about education-focused initiatives from school advocates and thought leaders and hear ideas and practices focused on school governance. We are seeking board approval as of August 18, 2025. Costs incurred for the BOE Board of Education members are $4,239. Following the conference report will be compiled with details to total expenses incurred during the conference, and we will seek board approval in December for those costs. And I will tell you, I've gone to this conference now as a school board member and as a school administrator for more than 10 years. And now that I'm going with a board member hat on it, I do find it very, I know some of us went last year, found it very useful in not only learning a lot about what it takes to be a strong and effective board and leading this school district, but also that networking. We had sessions with Tony Sanders asking us what we needed as a school district, and selfishly, I did talk about how our mental health days count against our attendance for the state report card. That still has been changed. I know a lot of people agreed with that, but it's a great opportunity, I think, for us to be able to go down there and learn some things and network and try and be better school board. So.
Agree.
And I would add that I really thoroughly enjoyed it last year, and I really took a lot out of it, and I think it made us ask some questions that we would not have otherwise asked, and a different perspective. So I'm looking forward to going again.
And the part of networking would be pretty good for us to look at other, things that we might need here to implement in a district, as far as like I was saying about a firm that can help us out. They're all there. So yes, they're nice. So.
As a first-time attendee, I thought it was incredibly eye-opening. Granted, I was fresh, so I definitely learned a lot, and I agree. I think it's absolutely worth the time and effort.
All right. Any other thoughts, comments?
I'll only add that I appreciate too that we're connected to what's going on from a legislative point too, and what affects us. And that's a great way for us to always have our ears and be listening to that, because it does directly impact our district and our community. And so we really do need to be dialed into that. So, yeah, this is great.
Very good point. Very good point. Okay, can we have a motion to approve LTHS District 204 Board of Education to attend the joint annual conference November 19th through the 23rd, 2025, as presented?
So moved. Second?
Marilyn, will you please call roll?
Member Gonzalez Campbell.
Yes.
Member Dillon.
Yes.
Member Gianna Fry. Member Kennedy.
Yes.
Member Lopez.
Yes.
Member Vita Daniels.
Yes.
Member Alvarez.
Yes, motion passes. Our next agenda item is consideration of approval of the negotiated agreement between the Board of Education of Lyons Township High School, District 204, and Lyons Township High School Paraeducator Association, LTPA, 2025 through 2029. Brian Waterman.
Yeah, just to provide some additional context here, the Board Negotiations Committee began negotiating with the LT Paraeducator Association in spring of 2025 on a successor agreement that would run from 2025 to 2029. On Friday, August 8th, both sides reached a tentative agreement that includes a $4 increase on the starting hourly rate for paraeducators, and also a 4% increase during years 2, 3, and 4 of the contract. It's been said before, like our paras really play a significant role, that significant frontline role in our work with students. I know our board, our leadership team, and community appreciates the support that our paraeducators provide for students, families, and teachers in a variety of areas such as special education, our library, our science department, and in our English learning program. We appreciate the high-quality manner in which they provide these important services, and we believe that this tentative agreement honors their dedication to our students and to our school community. I also want to express my appreciation to the LTPA Executive Board and Negotiations Team, as well as to our Board of Education Negotiations Team for everyone's efforts in reaching this tentative agreement. It is our recommendation tonight that the board approve this tentative agreement with the LT Paraeducator Association as outlined in your packet of materials.
And I guess I'd just like to add, it was great hearing some of the feedback that we heard during public session. I was honored to be part of that negotiations team. While I have always recognized and appreciated the dedication, work ethic, and vital contributions of our paraeducators, this process truly underscored the value our district places on that role. Although we didn't always see eye to eye, there is a genuine collaborative effort to balance strong financial stewardship with a clear commitment to honoring and supporting our paraeducators. Jill, anything you want to add?
Well,
Being part of
I
that?
would reiterate like what you've said, but personally, as a parent with 2 children that were at LT with paras, I really appreciate the role and the involvement of the paras, and it really contributed to my children's success here at LT. So, you know, and we really, I think it's a testament to all of us that we came together for an agreement to make that happen. So, you know, it was about being collaborative and working together, so that was really at its best here, and that we could reach an agreement, so, thank you.
Any questions, thoughts, or concerns?
Appreciate all the time that all of you put into it, time and effort, and working collaboratively. And again, also I reiterate too that we do appreciate and value the work that our paraeducators do, because I do know firsthand from other people, I've heard really wonderful things about that group, so thank you.
Okay. Can we have a motion to approve the negotiated agreement between the Board of Education of Lyons Township High School District 204 and the Lyons Township High School Paraeducator Association, LTPA, 2025 through 2029 as presented?
Moved.
Second.
Marilyn, will you please call roll?
Member Gilliland?
Yes.
Member Tehaly Fry?
Yes.
Member Lopez?
Yes.
Member Daniel?
Yes.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Member Alvarez?
Yes, motion passes. We're now moving on to the consent agenda. We have reached the consent agenda portion of our meeting. Our consent agenda includes the following items: payment of bills and financial statements for LTHS and LADSI for months June and July 2025, approval of human resource items for LTHS and LADSI, review and approval of the meeting minutes, open and closed sessions, review of closed session minutes to be determined if minutes should remain confidential, review and destruction of verbatim recordings of closed sessions, approval of overnight student travel as recommended by the administration, and donations. Special shout out to the Rotary Club for $1,000 to the Pollinator Club. Can we have a motion to
Can I
approve?
just chime
Yep,
in? I just wanted
please.
to, sorry, I meant to slow your roll there.
That's all right.
So I just want to say 2 things. One, I'm really excited about the overnight student trip to Costa Rica, because it was really neat when we heard last
2 years
year
ago,
about
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Was it 2 years ago?
No, maybe
Spring.
this will be a
Oh, I
second
was
year.
like, it all blurs
Yep.
together for me.
Yeah.
But I thought it was in the spring, so that is
Yeah.
really exciting. I don't know if, for those, like, I don't know if some of the board members were here really to hear about that trip. It was super exciting.
So cool.
The kids they all came
I know.
to talk about
They
it, so I'm
were
really excited
so
for that
excited.
to happen, that we can,
Yeah.
approve
That's
that.
cool.
And then with regard to the Pollinator Club,
Yeah.
awesome on the donation, but I don't know, I love what they've done, because,
Me
I
too.
live across the street. And, when we walk the dogs, it's a really great view, with all the native flowers and everything, and it was really neat, a couple weeks ago when they had it open and you saw everybody coming by. Like, it was really vibrant on a Saturday, there were so many people coming by to see it, so I think, like, some really good stuff on here, so.
I love it too.
So,
Such
just
a
wanted-
nice addition
Cool.
to our property.
It's like really popped. I'm like
gorgeous.
waiting to see it go all the way around the school. Game on, right?
Thanks, Rotary Club.
That's right.
What can they do? They're just doing seeds. I have big high hopes.
We keep getting the weather we're getting though. It might
I
do
mean-
that. I mean, it does help that
But the
grow,
native
but
plants
yeah.
is supposed to be good for the water.
It's gorgeous.
To absorb, right?
Yes, it's all good for the environment and our
Right.
ecosystem.
That's right. So I think with
It's
the
great.
native plants, it'll be really awesome to see, so.
I agree.
Very cool.
Love it.
So
Thanks.
move.
Anything else? Nope. All right. Can we have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented? So I had to say it, right?
Second.
Second, very good. Marilyn, will you please call roll?
Member Sinai Fry?
Yes.
Member Kennedy?
Yes.
Member Lopez?
Yes.
Member Rita Daniels?
Yes.
Member Gazelle Campbell?
Yes.
Member Dillon?
Yes.
Member Morris?
Yes, motion passes. Thank you, everybody. Next is second opportunity for audience members to give comments or feedback to the Board of Education. Marilyn, do we have anybody? We do not. Okay. At this time, we will move into closed session for the setting of a price for sale or lease of property owned by a public body, 5 ILCS 120/2C5. The board will not be taking any action after closed session. Can we have a motion to move into closed session?
So moved.
Do I have a second? Very good. Marilyn, will you please call roll?
Member Kennedy?
Yes.
Member
Sorry.
Lopez?
Yes.
Member Rita Daniels?
Yes.
Member Gazelle Campbell?
Yes.
Member Dillon?
Yes.
Member Sinai Fry?
Yes.
Member Morris?
Yes, motion passes. All right, thank you, everyone.
Thanks,
Have a good
everybody.
one.
Have a great first
Yeah.
week.
Going to closed session.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him yet. I'll try on the way.
Rita and Rohan, you guys did a great